When a surprise win makes you richer than your wildest dreams,
I'm Brian Woods. I won $49 million with the Texas lottery.
what happens next?
Ken, you're the $1 million home raffle winner.
Oh my God, I feel like I just won the Masters or something.
Do you indulge your own personal passions?
At times I think I am crazy.
Or spread your wealth around?
It was a good feeling to be able to go in, write the check, know that the boys didn't have payments on it.
It should be the win of a lifetime.
I could win $10 million, and it wouldn't compare to winning Red Sox season tickets for life.
But for some, it becomes a nightmare.
She ended up having a stroke trying to get this place set up to what she wanted to.
We're the Grants, and we won $2.5 million playing the Georgia lottery.
Meet Crystal and Tony Grant from Georgia's Coweta County. Both work at the county sheriff's office. Tony is captain of criminal investigations, and Crystal is a traffic clerk.
Good job.
It was during their lunch break one day when their fortune changed forever after Crystal bought a $20 Jumbo Million scratch-off.
I was sitting in the parking lot and I scratched the ticket. And of course, I looked at it. I didn't believe it.
Crystal put in an urgent call to Tony.
Asked him if he would ride with me to pick my lunch up. That's out of the ordinary. He knew something was wrong.
I thought that was kind of strange. And being in law enforcement, I started thinking, well, she's trying to give me some kind of signal that something's wrong.
I went and picked him up, and when he got in the truck, he said, "What is wrong with you?" I said, "I think I won $2.5 million.
And I looked over and I said, Lord, I never thought I'd be married to a millionaire.
Most people would jump for joy, but Crystal made a shocking suggestion. Tear up the ticket.
She looked at me and she said, listen, if this is going to change us, our relationship, how we feel about each other, we need to tear the ticket up. And I said, I'm in agreement.
I told him, I said, we don't have to cash it in. My family is more important than that.
I said, hey, as far as I'm concerned, it's only going to make our life better.
The Grants won $2.5 million. After taxes, they took home $1.6 million. First off for these parents of 3 grown-up children was clearing all family debt. They also helped fund a landscaping project at their local church. But then came some serious treats. A sparkling new BMW for Crystal.
I love driving it. It's got the sunroof. That's a fun car to drive.
But Tony went for something more low-key. A ride-on mower. But not just any ride-on mower, a fully loaded, top-of-the-line zero-turn.
Something we've been trying to talk him to buying for years, and he finally broke down and got it. He gets out there and he just rides.
When it came to their 2 sons, Anthony, a police officer, and Kyle, a firefighter, it was new trucks all around.
And it was a good feeling to be able to go in, write the check, know that we didn't have payments on it, the boys didn't have payments on it.
But will the baby of the family, Lauren, get the same treatment? At 15, she's too young to get her driver's license, but she wants a brand new car anyway.
As long as I keep my grades up, I get whatever I want.
You want to get out and get a job then?
No.
That's what we had to do.
But to get the new car, she'll first have to earn it. And that means proving herself in a driving test, set by her brothers.
Cut it. Go through the orange cone.
Oh, you gotta come through the orange cone. You're going the wrong way. That is awful.
I'd rather she needed her brothers out there helping her. She'd probably have done better with Dad or Mom.
Start over. On her performance today, she's going to be getting probably about a C minus.
See, I was gonna say a D.
We'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
They're always on me. Can't do this, can't do that. Always have rules.
Whoa, you just ran all over a cone. Get out of the car and look at the cone you just hit, Lauren.
It's very.
No, get out of the car. Go park the car. You ain't getting in the car right now.
Just park it. Ridiculous.
Lauren's driving may not have made her brother's grade, but will she get her brand new wheels anyway?
So I'm probably gonna go with the Mustang.
It's all fun and games now for the Grants, but in the past, serious illness almost ripped this family apart and threatened financial ruin.
Doctor bills, we had insurance, but what the insurance doesn't cover, trips back and forth to the hospital.
On the other side of the country, in Santa Barbara, California, another lucky person is about to get the windfall of their life. With beautiful beaches and fine wineries, owning a home around here doesn't come cheap. So imagine winning one of these 2 stunning $1 million houses in a raffle. It's the clever fundraising idea for a local art gallery and workshop.
Santa Barbara Contemporary Arts Forum, as an art space, works with living artists, the artists of our time, and really acts as a laboratory.
The Forum, which was established in 1976, is free to the public, which is where the $1 Million House Raffle comes in.
With this raffle, we've been able to really make the quality of exhibitions and quality of educational programs that we provide the strongest it's ever been.
Tickets cost $150 each, with the raffle's aim to raise $1 million.
One of the things we like to say is that we are creating the Van Goghs, the Picassos of tomorrow.
The raffle is in its 6th year, and tickets are sold far and wide. The winner of the raffle can choose between a 3-story, 2-bedroom beach house in downtown Santa Barbara or a historic 3-bedroom cottage in the heart of Santa Barbara wine country. Alternatively, the winner can take the prize as $1 million in cash. The day of the raffle is traditionally a fun community event. But this year, things have been complicated by nearby wildfires.
We have a fire that broke out earlier in the week that has forced, I think, the evacuation of upwards of 10,000 people. And so the community is a little bit in disarray.
The event is going ahead anyway, despite the fact that potential winners may not be there.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out.
There are 175 minor prizes, including artwork. But who will win the big $1 million prize?
Okay, drum roll.
And the winner is Ken Christenson from San Luis Obispo.
Ken Christenson, San Luis Obispo.
Ken is nowhere in sight, but he's about to get a phone call that will change his life.
Hi, Ken.
Yeah.
We had our $1 million home raffle drawing today.
Right.
So who's Ken Christenson, and what will he choose? Boston, Massachusetts, home of the Red Sox.
The Boston Red Sox is a trademark of our city. It's the life of our city.
It's not tradition, it's just like a religion. I mean, you should see these people around you.
3 years ago, Massachusetts Lottery launched a Red Sox $5 scratch-off with a second chance grand prize. Red Sox season tickets for life.
Go Sox!
With the Red Sox smashing their way back to form recently, tickets are now worth more than gold.
Season tickets to the Red Sox for life mean you're royalty. Yeah, what else do you need? You've died and gone to heaven.
They're not cheap. And because the Red Sox have now sold out 500 consecutive games since 2003, they're hard to get.
Before teaming up with the Red Sox, the Massachusetts Lottery, which began in 1971, was already one of the most successful in the world.
Last year, we brought in $4.7 billion in revenue, so it's a huge part of the Massachusetts economy.
Teaming up with the Red Sox was like a home run. The 30 million tickets sold quicker than Kool-Aid in the desert, the most successful $5 ticket in the country. But there could only be 2 lucky winners. Who could they be?
He went like white as a sheet, and his mouth was like over about 4 feet, and he just could not believe it. And he almost walked into traffic. I had to stop him.
I'm Brian Woods. I won $49 million with the Texas Lottery.
Brian Woods and his wife Barbara are zooming into the future. This construction worker has 49 million reasons to be riding high. That's the amount he won when his weekly habit of buying lottery tickets paid off big time.
I need 5 mega million. Let's start playing the lottery. So we did. 5 lotto for Saturday night.
Cash option?
Cash.
Brian spent up to $30 a week on lotto tickets, angering his wife Barbara. Ironically, it was Barbara, who worked as a clerk at the local convenience store, who ended up selling him his winning ticket.
You don't need to spend no more money on lottery. I says, why? I says, just $5. I said, I'm paying for, I work for my own money. You don't need it. We were just bickering at me about spending money on the lottery.
The very next morning, Brian discovered he had hit the jackpot.
Director, I need to take a lot. You say something?
No. I turned in my keys.
Brian won $49 million and decided to take it in annual installments of $2 million for 23 years. But he soon went into shock, not knowing what to do with his windfall.
All the years we've been together, We talked about if we had this, we'll buy this, we'll do this and this. And when we actually receive it, then our mind goes blank. What is it to do now? What do you want? You can't think of anything.
But Brian, with a little help from his wife Barbara, soon got the hang of it.
I got 2 gun buggies, 10 4-wheelers, 2 slot machines.
But it's not all for Brian and Barbara.
This 4-wheelers is actually my daughter's. All the other 4-wheelers are for my great nieces and nephews.
As time went on, the toys kept getting bigger and bigger and more expensive. Then they got into real estate, buying their first new house in Richmond, a ritzy new commuter suburb outside of Houston.
First home we purchased after winning the lottery. It's nice 3-bedroom home, formal living room, formal dining room, office, master bathrooms.
But the finishings weren't quite to their taste, so they spent $74,000 on renovations and a state-of-the-art pool.
As you see, it looks like you're going through the rainforest. This is part of my wife's landscaping that she had put in this home. And this is the pool she wanted. She loves dolphins, so I had them put in the pool.
But they didn't stop there. Brian then added livestock to his property portfolio by buying a ranch.
You see, we have like 116 acres of land out here. No neighbors for maybe a mile from us, and enjoy it. The lawyer has gave us that in life.
This is where he plans to spend $1.5 million, building his very own country palace, a massive log cabin.
Because I wanted 2,500 square feet, which is big enough for me. But after we got the plans, she wanted to expand everything.
But for Brian and Barbara, living a life of luxury has brought its own set of problems.
Well, the first year was really boring because we didn't know anybody, know anything, and the comforts of luxury I don't deal with very well.
And things went from bad to worse.
I adapted to anything. My wife didn't.
In Santa Barbara, California, Ken Christenson has just struck gold, winning the Contemporary Arts Forum $1 Million House Raffle.
Hi, Ken. This is Margie Ayavi. I'm with the Santa Barbara Contemporary Arts Forum. We had our $1 Million Home Raffle drawing today.
Right.
You were a winner.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Well, would you be excited if you won $10,000?
I think I would be.
Cool. What if you won $100,000?
Keep talking. I would be extremely excited.
Well, Ken, should I put him out of his misery?
Yeah.
Ken, you're the $1 Million Home Raffle winner.
Oh my God.
Are you still there?
I'm still here. You're blowing my mind.
How do you feel?
I'm stunned. I'm just absolutely stunned. Yeah, I get this phone call, you won. You're always a little bit skeptical about somebody pulling your leg, and it was almost too good to be true.
But it was true.
I've been in professional arts for 30 years, and it's been a struggle for 30 years. And so for something good to finally happen, it's like, well, I'm glad you hung in there.
They say you make your own luck, and that's exactly what Ken did. One day, he was reading a book about the power of positive thinking.
And I was in the middle of reading that book when I saw this ad in the paper. And it was just like, oh, here's a test. This is what they're talking about. And it was just like, okay, let's see if this works. And I wrote off a check for $150.
Ken currently rents a home in San Luis Obispo, 100 miles north of Santa Barbara. Today, with his wife Paca, he's come to look at his prizes. The Contemporary Arts Forum has negotiated the option to buy one of these 2 stunning houses. He can pick this beautiful house by the beach or a cottage in the country. Or he can take $1 million in cash.
We picked this house because it's so beautiful, the architecture of Santa Barbara.
You know, I always dreamed about having a house with one of these rounded doors at the top. Beautiful.
The first $1 Million home has 3 stories with 2 bedrooms and 2.5 baths.
Got a beautiful kitchen, look at that, Papa.
It features a gourmet kitchen, custom tile floors, and a stunning roof terrace. It's just steps from the beach in downtown Santa Barbara.
Every time I come to Santa Barbara, I'm impressed all over again.
It's a different feel.
It's on another level. It's so classy.
House number 2 is a historic home in the heart of Santa Barbara's wine country.
This is beautiful.
so beautiful.
That's great.
It has a white picket fence and fruit trees on over half an acre of land.
Kind of crazy thinking this could be your house.
This charming $1 million pad features 3 bedrooms and 2 baths.
This seems a little bit more livable in the sense that this room is probably bigger than any one room over there.
Unlike the beach house, this home comes with a hidden bonus.
This particular house was appraised at $875,000, and so it comes with $125,000 worth of kitchen upgrades.
This is a beautiful house. It's a dream come true.
You're making it a lot more difficult when we see this house because it's just more our style.
Then there's $1 million in cash. But whatever option Ken chooses, even if he takes one of the homes, he'll still have to pay tax on his win, around $250,000.
Just something to think about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, problems. It's a lot to think about. How much time do we have to make
You
a
have
decision?
2 weeks.
Okay.
So will Ken take the money or the house?
I'm leaning more towards the Vineyard House, but then that $1 million is like ka-ching, you know, that's ringing bells in my head at the same time.
We're the Grants, and we won $2.5 million playing the Georgia lottery.
Like Ken, the world opened up for Crystal and Tony Grant when they won $2.5 million on a $20 jumbo scratch-off. They were able to treat their 2 sons, Anthony and Kyle, to brand new trucks. And now they promised teenage daughter Lauren a brand new car as well, even though she hasn't passed her driver's test yet.
I'm a little jealous about it. Because when we were 16, we didn't go get to go car shopping. They just showed up at our house with an old Ford F-150 for us to drive.
So I'm probably gonna go with the Mustang.
To me, she's still the same old Lauren.
Spoiled brat.
Yeah.
She was spoiled before the law.
Yeah.
So let's go pick out your car.
My Mustang!
I don't think so. Negative.
Her brothers, of course, want her to get something that's ugly, slow, and got 4 doors. She wants something that's fast and chic and cool to look at.
It's my first time ever really me getting to pick out my own personal car, so it's gonna be fun.
You know your brothers are gonna say no.
But this one here will make
Brothers
them,
don't have to say so.
make them real envy of you.
Oh, this is perfect. She looked good riding in this. Nice and safe. Hey, I found her a car.
Oh my God, no!
It's got just a little duct tape on the back seat.
Ew, it stinks.
You like it?
Yeah.
You wanna take it home?
Yeah.
So Lauren gets the Mustang she wants. And now that Mom and Dad have won the lottery, they can afford her college education too. She wants to go to medical school.
First thing that I said to Tony, Lauren can go to school wherever she wants to.
Times have really changed for this hard-working family.
There's a lot of things that I wish Tony and I could have given the boys as they were growing up that we could not, that we can Lauren.
When the Grants were younger, they struggled to get by when cancer threatened to take Anthony's young life.
I started losing a lot of weight, having a lot of chest pains, went to the doctor, and of course was diagnosed with cancer.
At the age of 14, Anthony was diagnosed with life-threatening germ cell cancer with a 10-pound tumor discovered in his chest.
The doctors told us that it was stage 4 and that they really didn't think that he would respond to chemo, that they suggested that we go ahead and call the funeral home and make the arrangements. That's hard when it's one of your children.
Makes you look at life a whole different way when you're laying on your deathbed. The doctors pretty much say, go ahead and call the funeral home, he's not gonna make it.
But Anthony fought for 7 long months and miraculously pulled through. He has now been in remission for 12 years.
You get a second chance at everything, and then again, I can't only thank nothing but the good Lord for that.
But due to the effects of chemo, Anthony was told he could never have children. Happily, the doctors were wrong.
About 4 months after I got married, my wife pretty much surprised me with telling me she was pregnant, had a healthy, wonderful daughter.
It was a wonderful surprise when they stopped in and told us that day that they were pregnant with Chastity. And then shortly after Chastity was born, she was about 2 months old, they came by and told us that she was pregnant again with little Anthony, so they're very special.
The lottery win has cleared all the bills.
We struggled from Anthony being sick, you know, doctor bills, we had insurance, but you know what the insurance doesn't cover.
Crystal and Tony have now got things set up for future generations.
Because of the lottery win, we're taking steps to ensure that, you know, the grandkids and any future grandkids that we might have, that things are a little easier for them.
And there's still a little room left in the Grant's garage for another set of wheels.
Can I borrow? Nope.
What age group spends the most money on lottery tickets? It's 45 to 64-year-olds.
Hi, I'm Brian Woods. I won $49 million with the Texas Lottery.
Winning $49 million means you can choose to live just about wherever you want.
I'm at the apartments that we were living in when we won the lottery.
But for Brian Woods, the small Texas town of Eagle Lake was the only home he ever knew.
It's my hometown, and it's just one of the areas that I love living and being around at all times. But I just cannot stay here anymore because of, after winning the lottery, what we've been through.
Brian's lottery win brought more unwanted attention and pressure than he could handle. So fearing a small town backlash, he fled with his wife, living on the run in motel after motel.
I and Barbara both ended up calling back and checking on my mom, my sister, everybody. Now it's already getting around the small town of Eagle Lake. We are the winners.
After 6 weeks in hiding, Brian decided to head home and face up to his new life.
That's when we come up with the tragedy of, we walk outside to our car, you got sticky notes, pay my taxes, buy me a car, pay for my house, my lights are fixing to get turned off, my water's turning off.
With Barbara, he began looking for a new place to live.
Most everywhere we looked, houses were stacked on top of each other. We don't like being that close to anybody because we lived in apartments all of our lives. So we found this area, Royal Lakes Estates, where the lots were much bigger, the homes were, you know, bigger.
They thought they had found the answer in a large, luxurious home in Richmond, a suburb outside of Houston. But for Barbara, the house wasn't quite good enough. They primped and preened it inside and out. But the bigger house and well-to-do suburb didn't bring the easy life they envisioned.
I adapted to anything. My wife didn't. She was trying to furnish this home off in a fast pace, and I told her, look, we got all the time. Take your time.
Then disaster struck. Barbara's sister Susie received a devastating phone call.
I had gone deer hunting, and when we got back, Brian had called me and said that she had had a stroke. It's just the excitement from winning the lottery.
That's when things went bad. Well, not bad, but it slowed my life down. Trying to get her back to the proper health and everything, and it put a burden on me for a while.
It wasn't something anybody expected, and it made you stop and think, you know, life's too short. And it really scared all of us.
She can't speak the way she wants to. It really upsets her, it aggravates her.
Barbara lost her speech and some movement, and her recovery has been slow.
I would love her to get back to where she was. I mean, even 50% back where she was.
The stress took its toll on Brian, too.
I got sick. I went in the hospital for a few days because of stress myself. I was stressed out over her and then trying to figure out what I was going to do. Then I got out, came back home, rested, and sit around the house and did nothing for almost a year.
But Brian didn't take to life as a lazy multimillionaire.
It was nice, but it was just boring. Just sitting there looking at the walls, just trying to decide what you want to do, how you want to do things.
Brian needed a greater sense of purpose.
I said, sweetheart, I can't sit here and do this. I said, I need to get out and start doing something. She said, what are you going to do? I said, my biggest thing, I wanted to get into real estate. I wanted to buy and sell real estate.
So how will Brian realize his real estate dream?
Here's TP Motel, where it's been my biggest investment and everything that I've done. I mean, some people call me crazy for doing it, but at times I think I am crazy.
My name is Thomas Howland, and I won 2 Red Sox season tickets for life.
when the Massachusetts Lottery offered a special grand prize, Red Sox season tickets for life. The 30 million scratch-offs sold like hotcakes.
What else do you need? You've died and gone to heaven.
And it was an out-of-body experience for the winner, Red Sox diehard Thomas Howland.
It was just a feeling of zen, is what it was. You know, just like, wow.
He couldn't even speak. He was like, just like, oh my God, oh my God. And I started to cry. And, you know, I'm not even a Red Sox fan, but I know how much this means to him.
To tell you the truth, even now, it's not real.
Thomas has now jumped a line of thousands on the waiting list for season tickets. The prize has a cash component of $36,000 every year for life. But Thomas couldn't care less about the money.
I could win $10 million from the Massachusetts State Lottery, and it wouldn't compare to winning Red Sox season tickets for life. It's just unbelievable.
So to give you an idea of my husband's fanaticism, Red Sox coat, Red Sox sweatshirt, sweatpants, socks. I think the only thing he doesn't have that's Red Sox is probably like his underwear.
Vivian is a baseball fanatic too. Only problem is, her team is the Yankees.
As a Yankee fan, it hurts a little bit, you know? When we got married, we wrote our own vows, and because we knew this was a sticking point, his said that he would honor my love of the Giants and the Yankees, and mine said I would honor his love of the Red Sox.
Wally says, oh, I like Elmo, he's red. Like the Red Sox, yeah.
Most weeks, they put rivalry aside and head to the Sox Fenway Park together, often paying the babysitter in Red Sox tickets.
Our babysitter watches our kids for 2 nights, and in exchange, she gets to go to 1 Red Sox game, just through a bartering system.
Turns out, the tickets are a powerful form of currency in Boston.
Everybody around wants them. We had, you know, some plumbing that needed to be done. We were able to exchange Red Sox tickets to get some of that working. So it works out for us and for the other people.
Pasta for dinner, warm milk for Bowie, water for last, and bedtime at 8:30. Anything else?
Just tickets, all right.
All right. Ready?
All set, let's go.
All Yankee fans are welcome! All right, Saturday afternoon, go to see the Yanks and Sox. Yanks are taking it today.
No. Let's go find out.
All right, thanks.
I mean, I imagine that Obama or George Bush or Bill Clinton had some moments where they're just pinching themselves saying, I'm here in the Oval Office. That's what it's like for me. You know, I'm here in Fenway Park. And this is my home turf now.
But who will come out on top? Thomas's beloved Red Sox or Vivian's favorite Yankees? Coming up, a family surprise for Tony.
Lord have mercy. Lord.
And getting tip-top with the teepees, we visit Brian's latest enterprise.
This is the way it looks on the...
We're the Grants, and we won $2.5 million playing the Georgia Lottery.
Crystal and Tony Grant both work for the Coweta County Sheriff's Office near Atlanta, Georgia. After their win, they decided not to give up their day jobs.
Well, I guess it's a little easier to get up every morning and go to work because you want to, not because you have to. I'm sure we'll retire earlier than what we had planned on, but not right now. I enjoy working.
Kelly wants him for burglary. Let's get out of the cars and get him.
Tony wouldn't change a thing either.
You can't imagine being able to work debt-free and just work because you love to work. I've got the best of both worlds. I've got a great family, a wonderful family at home, and I've got a great and wonderful family here at work. I'm a winner either way. Good job, guys.
Unbeknownst to Tony, he's about to become an even bigger winner. His family has cooked up a surprise gift.
Me and my mom and my brother are actually getting him a new truck for Father's Day. We're gonna surprise him.
Lord have mercy. Lord. Oh yeah. That ain't pretty. Can I borrow it? Nope. That'd be the only real new truck I ever had. I had some older ones, but this is Papa's new one. Well, Daddy. Surprise.
Well, as much of a surprise as it could be for a detective.
He thinks he's so smart, you can't ever surprise him with anything.
I'm a detective. I'm supposed to do stuff like that.
Despite their win, Crystal and Tony remain hard-working middle-class folk.
Our next big thing is we're going to go on a cruise, something that Lauren and Tony have always wanted to do.
With the debts cleared and the family in good health, the Grants can look forward to cruising through the future. But for other winners, adjusting to a millionaire lifestyle can be tough.
I'm Brian Woods. I won $49 million with the Texas lottery.
A huge lottery win was beyond the dream of small-town Texan Brian Woods. He sunk money in big boys' toys and real estate. Yet the win brought unexpected sadness when his wife Barbara suffered a stroke. Brian is now focusing on creating the peaceful and productive life he wants. He's managed to find the most satisfaction yet in an unlikely business venture, a teepee motel.
I mean, it's been over $1 million that I put in this place. It's $1 million well spent in my eyes. I mean, some people call me crazy for doing it, but at times I think I am crazy.
The teepee motel was run down. He only purchased it because his wife insisted he buy it so she could stay there.
It was something she wanted, and I try to give her basically everything she wants in life. Try to, which is hard at times. As you see, we're next to one of the units, which they were built back in 1942. They're stucco and wood frame. With the renovations of these things, it was a lot of time spending cleaning them up. Oh no, we discussed this a while back, so we need to get it before it starts causing problems here. I've been in construction most of my life, and this is my whole thing. I like to be on hands-on at everything I do. I mean, it's a joy in my life. This is the way it looks on the inside. We have beds, full-size beds, futons. Everything is pretty much state-of-the-art that we put in here. I went all the way with the best.
It took 2 years of renovations for it to be fit for his wife to stay overnight, and the 10 units are now open for business. But Brian didn't stop at the motel. To top it off, he's invested in a friend's coffee business, which has a new home at the Teepee Motel.
We have our coffee trailer from Bean Tree Espresso that we're trying to promote our coffee business here in Warden, Texas.
It's great to know that someone believes in what you have put a lot of hard work into.
We're trying to get started so we can actually put up a shop here.
I have a great partner here, and I think we can go far.
Michael has known Brian since childhood in Eagle Lake.
Individuals that are blessed, some forget where they come from. Some believe they're bigger than what they are. And he hasn't become that.
If you purchase 50 lottery tickets every week, how long will it take to hit the jackpot? According to mathematicians, your numbers will come up on average every 5,000 years.
I'm Ken Christenson, and I just won the $1 Million Home Raffle.
2 weeks have passed since California's Ken Christenson won the $1 Million House Raffle.
Ken, you're the $1 Million Home Raffle winner.
Oh my God.
The raffle is an annual fundraiser for the Santa Barbara Contemporary Arts Forum. So it's pleasing to them that the prize has gone to an artist who doesn't own his own home.
How you doing?
I've been great.
And you getting used to the idea now?
Yeah, I guess so. You know, it's still really not real.
Today, Ken is meeting with Margie Yayavi of the Contemporary Arts Forum to reveal his decision to take the house at the beach, the cottage in the country, or $1 million in cash.
So, be getting sleep at night?
Gradually getting better, but a lot of things on my mind, a lot of things to think about. You know, I like to keep my life simple. That's why I became an artist, and it's become a little more complicated now. I've been talking to lawyers, bankers, taxmen, real estate agents, financial advisors, people that I normally don't talk to that much.
Whether he takes the house or the cash, Ken still has to pay a gambling tax of around $250,000.
But now I've been living in this area for 10 years, and one of the main things is developing friendships. And then also, as an artist, the big thing is to get a reputation and to get known.
Right,
and I do have a reputation here. People do know me as an artist here, and I have wonderful friends.
So, have you made a decision?
Yes, I have.
And?
I would much rather buy a house here locally and stay local. I'm going to take the money.
Okay, well, then we'll give you the cash, and you can pick any house you want.
Thank you. Show me the money. Ooh, I like that.
$1
Lots of
million
zeros.
check.
Beautiful.
To the lucky winner of the Contemporary Arts Forum $1 Million Home Raffle. Ta-da!
Thank you, Margie. I like it. I feel like I just won the Masters or something.
Couldn't happen to a better person. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Brian Woods. I won $49 million with the Texas Lottery.
Like Ken, former construction manager Brian Woods is now creating the future he dreamed of. Having abandoned life in his first luxury home, Brian and his wife Barbara are enjoying their own slice of rural paradise.
Sitting down talking to my attorney one day, he was saying we were looking for about 100 acres or so, and he came to me and said, I got a piece of property I'll probably sell to you if you want it. And that Saturday we came out and rode around, she looked, she said, I like it, let's buy it. So I said, okay, let's get it. The lottery has given me the funds to get the things and do the things that I wanted to be actually out here in the open. We ride along and enjoy doing the things we want to do on our four-wheelers.
The Woods enjoy privacy on the property, something that eluded them after their lottery win.
It's lovely. We love it out here. Peaceful. You just hear all the frogs, the grasshoppers, and crickets, everything.
Brian and Barbara are living in a mobile home until their new house, a log cabin, is built.
I always wanted a log cabin. I love the way they look, and I feel it would be perfect in the location we're in. And like I said, it's the dream home, and like I said, it's where we want to spend our time, our last days of the rest of our lives. Walking back over to this corner over here will be my game room. And from the game room, you'll be able to come over to out here. In this area would be my office. This is our plans. The living room is huge. It looks good on paper, but I want to sit on the ground. It's only a 3-bedroom home, but everything is big.
While Brian has moved on to bigger and better things since the lottery win, he hasn't forgotten his roots. He's lent a generous hand to the community of Eagle Lake, where he grew up, by supporting the Junior Baseball League.
It's good to be back at the old home field of baseball and everything where I started at, and it just feels good to come here and watch the kids have fun. It makes me feel good that I can come here and see some of my achievements done. Come on, let's go, Pirates!
I'm there because I love my community. Eagle Lake is my community. We've heard a lot about a lot of those small towns dying out. Eagle Lake is one. I mean, let's try to revive our little community.
Without Brian, I'm not saying we wouldn't have still been going on, but it would have been very difficult to where, he's going to need a lot of equipment with what he has, and it just helped us extremely.
It's part of my heart, being part of baseball.
The stresses that come with newfound wealth are outweighed by the fun of it and the freedom it brings.
In this situation, it's more fun because you can do things in life you really want. Any person with money is stressed because you're trying to make and keep it. You don't want to lose it all.
When out of the blue, a dream of winning a monstrous amount of money comes true, it can change your world in ways you never imagined. For the Grants, the money brought the chance to indulge their family.
She spoils them to death. If they say, Mimi, I want this, she buys it for them. So I've got a house full of junk.
For the Howlands, it bought a slice of baseball heaven.
My guys won. Thanks for being such a good sport like you always are.
There's plenty of baseball left to be played. It's only April.
The life of an artist rarely brings fortune.
I won $1 million. It doesn't feel like it's real. It feels like I'm standing here reciting a line in a play.
And Brian Woods? Well, he's about to build the ultimate retreat. The Woods in the Woods. But will it be enough?
My next little project is getting me some coast property and being able to go and sit down and fish.
When your numbers come in, you can afford to live your dreams, because a win on the lottery is guaranteed to change your life forever.